Hey guys, welcome back. We currently have a well. I mean, as most of you know, we drilled a well. It's one of the reasons Homestead Rescue came out here, was to help finish off that well. So for a while there, we ran it without any filter system at all. And so our well goes straight from the well to our cabin. It goes up into the top part of our cabin where our cistern is. And then from our cistern, it feeds down, and we put an inline whole home filter system, one of those ones you get from, you know, Ace, Home Depot, whatever. This is right here is the filter. And boy, that's after 3 months. So we've definitely got some issues with our water. Water quality's, I'm assuming it's pretty high in iron, just because of the staining that we're getting. And like our brand new toilet, we put a new toilet in, and that thing's standing up in the basin already. It's turning orange. So I'm assuming we got a pretty high amount of iron in our water. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, we're gonna get a sample. So we're gonna get a sample off this. Let it run for a minute. Yeah, you see the orange come out pretty quick. So get a sample of that. And I'm gonna so I got a sample of that from the hose bib outside. That's straight off the well. That's before the cistern. Then I'm gonna get a sample from the faucet in the kitchen, and that is off that whole home system, like the filter I just showed you. And what we're gonna end up doing is putting in another whole home system, a 3-stage system, to hopefully get some drinking water. I'm tired of buying the bottled water. It's not good for you. The plastics in those bottles is not good. It's been proven that there's cancer-causing agents, so we're trying to get away from that. And we had a Frizzlife reach out to us and ask us if we'd like to try out their 3-stage water filter system. So today I'm gonna be getting that installed. So this is our water filter system that we currently have, and you can tell it's a decent one, but it's just not the greatest. I replaced this filter. We're gonna get water off of our sink and see what it comes out as. We're gonna get water off of this, see what it comes out as, and then we're gonna test all the water. So we're gonna do from the tank from the well outside, from the tank inside, from the 3-stage from Frizzlife, and also bottled water. So we'll have like a control and see what all of them have. So it's a pretty straightforward hookup. It has these nice little mounting brackets right here that you can screw in, and then this will tilt out to replace the filters. I didn't mount them, I'm just leaving it in. It comes with these cool little flanges that you can put on to stabilize it. Stands, I guess you'd call them. But it's a pretty cool little 3-stage filter system. I ended up running a separate line just so that I've got water at the counter that it's all filtered 100% drinking water, basically. And then I left the other filter on for the rest of the house the way it is. So I wanted to be able to run that line up to here so that we have filtered water on demand. I probably should have done it for the whole house, but as much as I have to change these filters, I wanted to do it as little as possible, and I figured this is going to use the least amount of water. Plus, it saves us on having to get drinking water bottles. So I already gathered a mason jar here of water from outside. Got a little test kit here. We're going to do these test strips. We're going to test each one of these waters one by one and see what we have. So stay tuned. So straight from the well, right from the spigot, and then right from the filtered water from the Frizzlife. Then I'm going to actually take a bottle of water, fresh unopened bottle of water. We're going to test it too, just to have a control. See how it turns out. So you take these test strips, apparently you just put it in there for about 2 seconds, Careful not to touch any of the things. 2 seconds, let it set for 15 seconds. Give those a few seconds to do their magic and see how they look. You can see the difference in some of them already. So this is the scale here of what everything's supposed to look like, good, bad ranges. So hopefully we're going to be doing good. So here's the one from the well. Straight from the well. Let's see what we've got. So for total hardness, it's pretty hard. And then no chlorine. No iron, which is weird because boy, I would have really thought there was iron in this. Total chlorine ppm. That's about 5. And actually it's a lot better than I was expecting. Pretty alkaline. Boy, what the alkaline's up there pretty good. That is almost 120 it looks like. And then carbonate. It's pretty high. Our pH is way high. Holy cow, that's off the charts. That may be where we had problems with our plants. Okay, let's see what from just the regular filter from the hardware store is. Well, our hardness went all the way up to 120, so it's definitely hard water. Chlorine's still low, iron's low, which is really odd. Mercury, chlorine, zinc is low. Well, the lead's low, it looks like actually. Zinc's low. Magnesium, whatever that one is. No fluoride. Sodium chloride. We're about 80 on alkalinity. Carbonate, it's about 120, between 80 and 120. And our pH, still super high. So that's number 2. Let's go with number 3 now. This is the one off of our Frizzlife. So the hardness still hard, well, 50. Seems to have lowered some of them. Alkalinity still in the 80s or so. Looks about the same. Carbonate and our pH dropped a little. We're at 8.2 it looks like instead of the 9.0 like the others were. So I mean, pH is still high. That's something to know, something to think about when we go to do our garden this year. Our hardness went down. So this is just off the water bottle. A little bit more chlorine in there, you can see right there. Fluoride's at about 10. And the water hardness is nothing, or pH is nothing. So I mean that should be low pH. But do a smell test. See, we haven't been drinking our tap water just because we weren't really sure. We hadn't run any tests on the water to see if it's. We definitely need to do some other tests to see if there's bacteria and stuff like that in here. But let's give it a taste. Tastes good. Bottled water. And then out of the sink. The filter definitely tastes better. Straight off the tap. Or straight out of the well. Yeah, it's definitely got a different taste to it. Doesn't taste bad. It just doesn't taste like this one does. This one definitely tastes a lot better. Compare that to the bottled water. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you the truth on which one of these was which. They're both crystal clear. They both taste pretty good. Definitely. This is definitely not as clear. I don't know if you can see the difference, but it's definitely got a little bit of cloudiness to it. The one out of the filter from the hardware store. I mean, it looks pretty clear, so that filter is doing a pretty good job. Till it gets full, like you saw that picture. That thing fills up fast. So hopefully this one will last a long time. Because of me routing it the way I did, and it's only going to this, hopefully that will make it to where we don't have to replace the filters as much. But not having to use bottled water anymore is going to be a nice thing. So let me know what you guys think down below. Leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. This has been something we've been talking about getting for a while. And so when Frizzlife reached out to us, we were pretty happy to test it out and see just how well it does, and if it's going to help us to not have to go and buy bottled water anymore, you know. And we had a Brita filter at one point, and that was okay, just inconvenient, took up a lot of space in the fridge. I like having its own spigot right here, so we can just, anytime we want, filtered water. And with me running it its own line, the filter should last longer. You know what I mean? I should be able to get more life out of them, not have to keep replacing them all the time. Which, you know, if you don't have the issues we have, your filter probably wouldn't fill up as fast. But go ahead and check them out. They're called Frizzlife, and I'll leave a link in the description down below with a discount code so you can get your own for, you know, I think it's 10% off. I'm not sure exactly. You'll see it in the description down below. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys. Get out there and start living your dreams.